Hey guys, it's Kat. Thank you so much for watching. So today's video is going to be all about my brushes and the brushes that I use. I'm going to show you my favorites and I'm going to tell you how I use them. So let's just get started. Okay, so here are all my brushes and I keep them in this container that I got at, I want to say AC Moore, which is like a Michael's. It's just clear. As you can see, I don't have a lot of brushes and I like it that way just because I'm lazy and you know you have to wash these, so I can't imagine having as many brushes as I've seen girls have because I would go insane. So these are all my brushes and I love them. So let's just get into the brushes that I use. And I'm going to show you a lot of Sigma brushes. I do have a lot of Sigma brushes just because I think that the quality is there and for the price I think that they're worth it. I do have, as you see, I do have other brands, but for the most part I use a lot of Sigma. So just so you know, I'm not sponsored by them. They have no idea who I am. I just really like their brushes. So I'm going to start off with the face and I'm going to show you my favorite blush brushes. So I have two. I have one by Sigma and this is the F10 and it looks like that. It's very, very soft. I like how it's like I don't know, round, I guess, up here, and it's just, it keeps its shape really nicely. And then I have this one by Sonia Kashuk, which is just her regular blush brush, which I also love, and I mix these up. They apply color very well, which is why I like them, and they're also good at blending. I have this one by e.l.f. that is, it's supposed to be a blush brush, but as you can see, the shape of it is just, it's not as round and I don't think that you can really blend with it. I use this blush brush for setting powder underneath my eyes. It's just the perfect shape to go in and just set my under eye concealer. So those are the blush brushes that I have. For bronzer, I use mainly this one. This is the Sigma F40. And it looks like that. It's perfect for contour. I know a lot of people use this for blush. I don't really like it for blush. I like it to contour my cheeks, so that's what I love this brush for. I'll also use this one from time to time. This is the F05, the small contour brush. It's really good at just contour. I don't think it's necessarily good at bronzing, just because when you're using a bronzer you want to use something a little bit more that has it a little bit more bigger, just so that you can really get an even application. So mainly I use these two, but I prefer this one. This is just really for contouring only. So I also have this brush by Sigma, which I really, really love and I talk about it all the time. This is the Sigma F80, the flat top kabuki, and this is just amazing. If you've never used this brush and you try it, you will just be amazed. Your life will change, literally. So it just applies foundation so evenly that I don't even know what I was using before this brush. I really can't even remember what I was using to put on my foundation. I think I was using cosmetic sponges and I used those for a long time. But I got onto YouTube and I discovered that this brand existed and I was just like, wow, I have to use that brush. And I've had it for a long time and it still looks good. It hasn't shed. It doesn't lose its shape. I just washed it last night for you guys. So I love it. I love it. I love it. Awesome. It just applies evenly, fast. Can't go wrong with this brush. I use this one too by Real Techniques. This is the Expert Face Brush. Why is my voice doing that? Excuse me. I use this one today. I love it. It is smaller, so you do have to work with this one a little bit more. Both of these brushes are synthetic, so they're perfect for applying cream foundation. I do use this brush also for cream bronzer. Like, it's really good at blending that in. You could use this for applying blush, cream blush, liquid highlighter. There's just a whole bunch of things that you can really do with these brushes. I really like them. I use these interchangeably, there you go, and I really like them. If I had to pick between either or, I probably would pick this one. I really like how this applies your foundation. It just gives you like the perfect airbrushed look. So love these two. I also have this big guy right here by Real Techniques as well, and this is just a powder brush. I love this for just applying my overall setting powder. I just push this onto the skin so that I don't disturb the foundation or whatever else I've applied. So I'm going to move on to eyes. So I'm going to take my favorite brushes for my eyes. So for my eyebrows, I mainly use these two. This one's from Target, and you can just see it's really sharp and it's very thin, which is really nice for eyebrows. And it's good that it's also very stiff, but it does give way. And I also use this one by Sigma. This is the small angle E65, and I can use these both for gel eyeliner as well if I want to. This one's a lot more stiffer than this one, but it's a little bit chubbier than this one, as you can see right there. They're both really good. I really can't tell a difference in my eyebrows if I use either or, but this one's a lot more affordable and you can get it at Target. So those are my two eyebrow brushes. I did want to mention this one really quickly too, just before I forget. This is the Sigma e.l.f, and this is my favorite gel liner brush. It's just the perfect size for me, and I really like it. I use it today to apply my gel liner, so I really like this. I'm sure that you can find other brands though that make this kind of brush, so I wouldn't suggest, you know, you have to get the Sigma one. But it is nice, and I do have it and I do use it. So these are the brushes that I mainly use to apply color. I also have this one here, but I don't use this one as much. So these two are by Sonia Kashuk, and I love these brushes. I think you can still find these. I've had this one for so many years. This is probably one of the first eyeshadow brushes that I ever purchased, just because I didn't really know which direction to go in, and I wasn't into YouTube, and I had no idea, you know, really where to start. But I started with Sonia Kashuk, and I think she has an amazing selection of brushes to check out if you're just starting out. This one is probably the only one that I've kept since. Ooh, I just used that. So these two I've had for years and years, and I still use them every day. This one just applies color really well, and so does this one. So they both pick up a lot of color, and they deposit a lot of color as well. So I love these. I have this one by Sigma, which is the large shader. It's an E60. I don't know. I don't really love it. This is the kind of brush that I'll use if all my other brushes are dirty. This is the one that I'll pick up. So I don't know. I think it's okay. It's not my favorite. I don't know what it is. I think it just doesn't pick up enough pigment. So I feel like I have to go back with this one a lot. So, but I do have it and I do use it. And then this guy right here is the newest addition. This is an e.l.f. concealer brush, and I like to use this a lot for applying eyeshadow as well. Since this brush is synthetic, I also find that it's really good for applying pigments or glitter. I have this other brush by Urban Decay, which came in the first Naked palette, that I also use a lot to apply glitters and pigments. And I like the synthetic brushes just because they pick up the pigment really well and they apply it really well too. So they reduce fallout, and you can wet these, and you know, they dry up fast too. So I just love these for applying pigments, glitter, that kind of stuff. But let's move on to blending brushes. Now I have a couple of blending brushes. Let me pick these all up for you. Okay. So here are my blending brushes. I do have multiple. Let's just start with these. So these are, I have one MAC brush, which is this one, and I have two Sigma brushes. These are both E25, and this is my MAC brush. Now, can you tell a difference between the MAC brush and the Sigma brush? No, right? Neither can I. So I love these. I've had this MAC brush for so many years. I can't even tell you. This is one of the first purchases I ever made, almost 5 years ago, and seriously, it looks and it works just as if I just purchased it. Brushes are an investment. They're definitely something that you want to invest in because they just last you so many years, and if you take care of them correctly and you wash them properly, they're just going to last you a lifetime. So, I mean, if you can afford it, then definitely go for the MAC brushes. I think that they're awesome. This is a MAC 217. If you want to try something a little bit more affordable, I would go for the Sigma brushes. Now when I tried MAC brushes, I had no idea that Sigma existed. Like I said, I had no idea that there was this whole amazing company that created the same kind of brushes, and it wasn't until I got onto YouTube that I discovered these. But before that, I really only used this brush, and I used my Sonia Kashuk brush to apply color, and then I would blend out with this brush. But since I've discovered Sigma, I have purchased 2 more of their brushes, and I have multiple just because it's good to have a clean brush always when you're applying your eyeshadow. So it's good to have one to apply the color and diffuse it, and then it's always good to just have one just to go back and blend that all out. So that's why I have more than one. Then I have these brushes. This is a MAC 224, which I've had again for many years, and this is a brush that I would use initially to apply like my transition color, but then I found these, and these are Sigma E40, the tapered blending brush. They work better for applying like your crease color, just because they diffuse it a lot better. Like if you take a look, the Sigma one is a lot more fuller, and it's more round, and then the MAC 224 is a little bit more tapered. So I don't use this one as much to diffuse the color. What I found that I like this brush for is to blend in my highlight. So I'll use this brush just because it's a little bit more tapered. It'll definitely blend out like the edges. So that's what I use that for. And yeah, I have 2 again of these just because, again, it's really nice to have a clean one just in case you mess up or to blend out your crease colors. I only have one of these, but again, I've had this for, oh my god, I can't even, maybe 5-6 years, and look, it still looks good. The MAC one that I have here, it's completely rubbed off. It doesn't even say MAC anymore, but I know it's MAC just because I do. And when I reach for one of these, I mean, I can't even tell the difference. If I don't look and I just pick up a brush blindly and use it, like I can't tell the difference. I feel like if you're a beginner and you have no brushes at all, these are the 3 that I would suggest. I would suggest that you get a flat brush like this. This one's the Sonia Kashuk one. A E25. Sigma has 2 versions of this. They have this one, and they have one I think that's a little bit thinner, which I don't like. I just think this one's a little bit more smaller. It's better to get into that area right on your crease, and I just prefer this size. And then I would suggest the E40, which is amazing to put in your transition color to blend out. It's just awesome. So these are the 3 brushes that I would recommend for a beginner. You can also purchase their brush kits, but those can be really expensive. So you know, I've never actually purchased a brush kit. I've always wanted to, and maybe one day I will, but I just feel like, again, the more brushes I have, the more that I have to wash, and I just feel like the ones that I have are already enough, and I can't imagine having another whole set of brushes to wash. So that's why I haven't purchased a whole kit. But if you can afford the kit, I think that would be awesome as well, just because you do get a lot of the brushes that I'm mentioning here. I purchased each of these individually, and that's how I've purchased as I've gone. Just when I realized, oh, I need that brush, I went and I purchased it. So that's how I've accumulated all these brushes. Now these are not necessarily, you don't precisely need these, but they're good to have. This is a Sigma E30. This is an awesome brush to blend out your bottom lash line. It just really smokes it out, and it's also good to apply like black eyeshadow right on the outer corner, just to apply your eyeshadow right there, and it's good for precision. So when you need that darkness just at a specific point, like in the outer corner, I tend to grab for this brush, and I also just bring the color back down to my lower lash line, and it's really nice, and I really like that. Let's see, what else do I have here? This is a Sigma P86. Now this is a multitasking brush. You can pretty much use this for whatever you want. It is a synthetic brush, so I like to use it for concealer. Today I used this brush to apply my what did I use? My MAC paint pot, just because my nails are long and I'm getting to the bottom of my MAC paint pot, so it's harder for me to use my fingers, so I have this. And this really works just as if you had fingers, like it's just like an extra finger, which is kind of weird. But it's really good at blending out your concealer. You can apply your cream, eyeshadow, yeah, you can get it around your nose. It's really, really handy. Definitely not necessary, but it is handy. And I'm gonna mention, I forgot about this one. Okay, this is a MAC 239. Now this is my absolute favorite brush of all time. This is amazing, and I haven't found a Sigma dupe for it, so that's why I don't have one, and I'm so sad that I only have one. I really need to get another one because I've had this brush again for so many years. I can't even tell you. It's rubbed off, but I love this brush. Now this brush I use a lot for applying color. I can blend out with this brush. I can apply color to the bottom lash line. There's just so many things that you can do with this brush that I just think it's one of the handiest brushes that MAC makes. So between these two, the MAC 217 and the 239, you can't go wrong with them. Like, you just need to try this brush. But just applying color, it applies color so beautifully, so evenly. You can really get in there, and also it's amazing at blending out your bottom lash line. So I love this brush. Again, it's an investment, but it's gonna last you forever. I've washed these multiple times. I don't see that they've lost their shape. They don't shed on me. So all these brushes that I'm talking about, I've used them for a long time, and I really highly recommend them. So that's all the brushes that I wanted to mention. I hope that this was helpful in some way, shape, or form. Again, for a beginner, I know it can be overwhelming and prices can really add up, but you don't have to purchase these all at once. You can just purchase them one at a time. That's how I did it when I first started getting into makeup. I don't know, I think I was like 18 years old, and I purchased individually. I purchased each brush. I purchased this one, then I got the 224, then I got a 239. So that's how I did it. I don't know if, maybe that might help you, but if you purchase them all at once, it can add up, and I know for a fact it can add up. So definitely try getting one at a time, but really you need this brush. Whatever you do, you need this brush. I'm telling you, E25. And what else did I want to say? That's it. I hope this is that's it. I hope that this was helpful. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye!